Welcome to the Seeds of Success podcast, hosted by Dottie San Martin and myself, Orly Rivera. This show is your weekly dose of knowledge, insights, and actionable tips to transform centers into striking successes. Whether you're a seasoned industry professional or just stepping onto the lanes, we've got you covered. So, Dottie, I am like beyond excited, and you're probably going to think I'm crazy, but you're probably thinking something crazy I'm excited about. To me, it's big. I'm hyping it up, and people are probably waiting and wondering. But I just found out yesterday and did it today. I can now get groceries delivered to my front door from Walmart. And I know that doesn't sound probably crazy because most people can, but in the small town I live in, it's 30 minutes away. But yes, they deliver. I did it. They dropped them off. I have groceries in my house and I'm very excited.
Okay. Of course, that brings up a whole subject that I would like to talk about. But Orly, we have something else to celebrate today.
We do.
Listeners, we get excited over little things. I mean, as you can tell, Orly's getting excited that he had groceries delivered. Is he still stuck in 2016, folks?
Yes.
Anyway, okay. So we get really excited over a lot of different things. But today, listeners, is our 100th episode of season 3. That doesn't mean we've just done 100 episodes, but that means for this season, we are at 100 episodes. And so we are really excited. High five, Orly.
Congratulations to us.
Yes, nobody's booted us yet. We're pretty excited about that. So listeners, continue to follow us, continue to subscribe, and certainly continue to give us input on what you would like to hear us discuss on some of our future podcasts. So Orly, I got you.
Wait, one more thing before we move on that has to do with that. I'm not going to call anybody out, but when I was in school, specifically probably 5th grade, or all grades, I used to get in trouble for talking all the time. I have a kindergarten report card that says, does great in class, just talks too much. But through all my years, I was always told I talk too much, especially 5th grade. I remember this teacher, and she told me once, she said, you have to really study hard. You have to learn your math. You have to learn this and that because nobody's going to pay you to talk. You're not going to get paid to talk. So, I mean, I don't want to rub it in her face. But with, I've talked about my time in radio and now podcasting and doing webinars and just all these different things I do. I am getting paid to talk,
So in your face, 5th grade teacher, right?
Yeah.
No shout-outs. Don't say her name. Nope. Zip. Nope. Can't do that.
And I'll especially feel bad if she was kind of older. She might not be with us anymore. Okay. But anyways, that's beside the point.
Okay. Well, awesome. No, we are always very excited to be able to come into your cars or your office or wherever you guys listen to us at. So thank you for allowing us the opportunity to do that and for allowing Orly to get paid for talking. So,
Yes.
Okay. So Orly, back to the topic of the day. I'm super excited that you now have food delivery in your small little town. That's very exciting. That's something that 10 years ago, was that part of your grocery shopping experience, was having it delivered to your front door?
Definitely not. We had to go in the store and actually buy. Not only did you have to not get it delivered, you had to go in the store and actually pick out the stuff yourself.
Yes. So, that's something that I have been doing a lot of talking. You and I work daily with customers through our virtual marketing manager program and just our success programs, right? To help customers navigate the operations of their business to make them more successful. And one of the things that we do a lot of work on is that very thing, experience. Your shopping experience has considerably changed over the last years, right?
Yeah.
As has experiences in many, many, many other fields, right? And so I want to take just a few minutes to talk about that because number one, I'm super proud for you because that is a game changer. That's a game changer for y'all.
Yeah. And we've talked about on the lanes you could give an experience, and I've experienced different things in many different places But honestly, like as funny as it sounds, I was like taking pictures of the groceries once they were, I brought them inside the house. The guy put them on the curb. I brought them in the house. I'm taking pictures, sending it to my wife, send it to my wife's aunt. Like, it does work. We can now order. Like, I was excited. I was truly excited. They gave me an experience and I'm all about it now.
Yeah. And you know what? You were just advertising for them to all of your neighbors, all your friends, all those people all around in the area. It's like, okay, we have delivery now. You were great. You were doing exactly what they were hoping that you would do. You were creating user generated content for them. So high five for that one, Orly. Way to go. But you had mentioned to me earlier too, that you had to really look into it because you thought that there was a fee and, but that wasn't the main thing. The main thing was that you were getting the experience that you wanted, which was to be able to get groceries delivered on your doorstep. And so that's something that I want to talk about just a little bit because, it's no secret. The name of the show is Seeds of Success, and we cater to any type businesses, right? And just people in general. But we concentrate on bowling and entertainment centers. And, just like Orly's shopping experience, grocery shopping experience has changed, and his expectation of a good grocery purchasing experience has changed, and it's so much different. Our customers' desire for the entertainment experience has also changed.
Yeah.
We're not just opening up the door and selling a game of bowling. That's not what customers are expecting anymore, nor is it what they're willing to pay for anymore. Right?
Yeah.
So our customers are looking for that experience that touches on everything. They walk in and it's lively and there's bright lights going on and they can see strikes going on and they hear, and everything plays into an experience that includes everybody and it's fun and it makes you smile. So I have to ask you, Orly, when your groceries were delivered, did it make you smile?
Oh, trust me, it did. I was going to start taking selfies with the groceries. And, you brought up something like I was finding out, is there a delivery fee? So when I was calling around and trying to figure out all these, I was asking people in my local Facebook group, like, hey, does anybody know if they deliver around here? And, I'm calling Walmart and, I call one of the stores and I get to the grocery department, the pickup and delivery. And they're like, yeah, can we help you? And I was like, yeah, I wanted to see if you delivered to my area. And they're like, okay, where do you live? And I told them, they're like, yeah. And I'm like, you do? And they're like, yeah. They're like, there's probably a fee of this much. I'm like, that was beside the point. Yeah. And I was just like, so you do? And they're like, yeah. And they were like laughing at me because I was so shocked. And I guess nobody else has called and asked about that. Maybe people don't know, but the money was out the window. I didn't care about that.
Exactly.
My main question, I literally said, I was like, yeah, but you actually deliver. Have you seen somebody order from there? And they were like, yeah, we do. And I'm like, all right, that's all I wanted to know. And right away I was like, okay, let me go online. Let me sign up for their yearly membership. I did not care.
Yeah.
And this is, so it doesn't matter, so if you're like, we're talking about an experience, whether it's on the lanes, if you have to charge more because you're offering something more, people aren't going to care. They're just going to remember that experience. I think I've brought this up in the past. We went to a zoo once where for $30 more, you got a golf cart and you drove that around the zoo. And I'm not going to say my wife is lazy because she's not lazy, but she doesn't love to walk a lot. She was excited. And every time somebody talks about a zoo now, she tells them about that zoo and says, that's my favorite zoo. I want to go back to that zoo. That zoo was like an hour and a half away. That doesn't matter. And it doesn't matter that we're going to pay more money. She had that great experience. And now she's going to expect that at every zoo. So if you're giving somebody a great time in your bowling center, I guarantee you if they go to some, no offense to a boring bowling center that's maybe outdated, the kids are probably going to be like, oh, this one doesn't have the games where it takes our photo. This one doesn't have the big wall behind the lanes. People are going to remember what you're offering, whatever the price is. They're going to remember the experience, not the price they paid. And it's worth it.
Right. That's absolutely right. And again, that's the expectations, right? We have evolved into wanting more. We like that fun. We like that excitement.
Yeah.
It can include everybody in our party, right? There's something literally these days, technology has made it where there's something that's attractive to anybody. And when technology's made it easy for us to deliver experiences. So to be able to to leverage that technology that you have and make sure that you are exposing your customer to the things that you have that can elevate that experience, that can turn that into a premium experience. And not just necessarily relying on the technology to do all the work for you, because it'll do a lot of the work for you. It'll even it'll even let them re-up their time and order their food and all this other kind of stuff. And it entertains them, right? But then there's other things that you want to do to go along with that, to take and elevate that experience and create that premium experience, because that premium experience that you're delivering, that moment that you are capturing, that memory that you're capturing, price becomes secondary. The experience becomes primary, and you're able to charge if you are delivering that premium, over the top, that great, everything's thought out. It smells good. It looks good. It sounds good. Hey, I think we made it to the big leagues here.
Yeah.
The other thing is you did it, and lots of other people do it too. When you get excited and you are experiencing something that's fun for you, that's exciting for you, that you've never experienced before, what did you do? You got your cell phone out and you captured it and you shared it, and you now become a great source of advertising for that delivery company, for that food service, Walmart.
Yeah.
And the same thing happens when you are in an entertainment center and a bowling center, and you are delivering those memorable experiences that people get excited about. They're naturally wanting, you're not having to ask them to do it. They're doing it naturally. Now, there's things you can do to prompt them and reward them and encourage them and high five them about it, but you don't even have to do that. It's coming naturally. And that, my friend, is the advertising that the younger generation believes. They're acting when they see that Orly just got groceries delivered. I'm going to do that too, because Orly did it. It must have been a good experience. That's the kind of reaction that user generated content, or as a lot of listeners, as you hear it, UGC, that is believable to the younger generation. And that's what makes them want to get in the car with their friends and head down to the lanes.
Yeah, and I think that's just a big part of it, is you have to, if you're going to do it, you got to do it right. Because how many times, I'm sure you've gone to a restaurant or gone somewhere before and you're like, man, they charge an extra $10 to do this. And if this wasn't very good, it affects you in a negative way, almost like, man, it was $6 for a side of guac. But if it's something like, oh, you should have seen the guac, it was $6, but it came with this and that, and they did this when they brought it out. So if you're making it worth their while, they're not gonna, there's been many times where I've taken friends somewhere, we've gone to a restaurant or something, and somebody's like, wow, this is pretty cool. Like, is it expensive? And you're kind of like, yeah, it's a little bit more, but it's worth it. Trust me. Yeah. So you're willing to pay that. So you have to make it, you have to make that experience well worth it.
Yes. And like you said, you want to not do it halfway. You want to do it the whole way, because if you're going to deliver that experience, you want to make sure you've thought of all those little details, right? And some of the things that you can add to make it that over the top experience, or that memorable experience that's going to last and stay with them for a lifetime, those don't even cost you any extra money. You just have to be mindful and make sure that you are delivering it consistently, and that you have the staff on the same page as you when it comes to delivering. Your staff is not just turning on lanes anymore. They're not just selling a game of bowling. They're delivering an experience. They're part of that journey. And that is what people are willing to pay for. So listeners, if you're going to do it right, go in 100%. If you have the technology, if you're fortunate enough to have the technology out there today, the Neoverse walls and the scoring systems that have all of the animations and graphics like BestNV, leverage it. Take advantage of it, but don't rely solely on that. That is the biggest part of the experience, but it's not the only part. So do a little bit to it, fluff it up, make it an experience that's memorable, and add all of those little things that are going to keep people coming back. That is what delivering a premium experience is all about. And in the result, you're going to be able to watch your numbers increase.
Yeah, you're gonna want to compare to me. When you see your customers excited, you're gonna be like, "Are they Orly getting his delivery excited?" Because that's the excitement we want. And PSA, I kid you not, this is not fake at all. This is how excited I really am. So, it blew my mind that it was available here now.
Yes. Well, I'm so proud for you, Orly. Go enjoy your groceries this evening and make a delicious meal and make it part of that experience. So, well, listeners, thank you. Thank you for joining us today. And thank you for allowing us to be a part of your life, your journey, your day-to-day operations with your business, whatever that may be. We look forward every single week to these shows, and we hope that we're equipping you with tips and ideas and trends that's going to help you grow, your center grow, and achieve levels of success that you never thought possible. We hope that you share this podcast. We hope you subscribe to us, talk to us, leave us messages. Remember, folks, the more seeds you plant, the bigger the crop. Until next time, keep growing your business, one happy customer at a time.